everyone. Apologies for a minute, the light's in your face. I'm out stingray fishing. First cast, I hadn't even set the tripod up or anything, and I've had a stinger. Not a massive one, but I say about 8 to 9 pound. There he is. Oh, I didn't even have time to set the camera up or nothing. I just wanted to get 2 baits out in the water straight away, and I'm into a stinger. First cast, and I just cast the other one out. I walked back, and my drag was going, and into a stinger. But yeah, first stinger of the season, and I'll get back to you in a minute once I get it all sorted. There we got him. First stinger of the season going back, and like we spoke about, so all I do is lightly put it in there and look it away from the stinger, long T-bar, bring it into the water. Oh, I made up. First cast, first stinger. There we go. He'll be right now. Unbelievable, man. Oh, my favourite ray. Look a bit further. That was literally my first cast. See how easy it is to handle them, like I spoke about before. There's the good. Just rest there for a minute. It's only been out the water a few minutes. Oh. Brilliant. Absolutely made up with that. Well, I'm not sure how that's going to come out, but I can't believe it. I was in the house and it's been an absolutely boiling day, and it's ridiculously early for a stingray, but I thought we've had 4 days now of warm weather. That would have warmed the mud. So I thought, right, let's get down to a mark. It's nice easy fishing 40 or 50 yards out. So I came down here, I nipped over the showcast, spoke to Graham, got some ragworm. I come down here, I cast the rods out in a haste. I hadn't even got the camera, as you seen, I had to have the camera in my hand. And I just casted the other one out. I was walking back, put it in the stand, and it just went zzz. I thought it was a hound, but I can't believe it. First stinger of the season, absolutely made up. I don't know what the rest of the night is going to be like, so I didn't expect to catch anything. So I don't even know if it's going to be a long video or a short video, but I'm just absolutely buzzing and gutted I didn't film it. I normally put the camera up and not ready, but I was in such a rush to get in the water because I was just losing the light, and that's a nice time for it. Ah, oh, gutted, man. That was a lovely fight as well. It took me right the way down, right the way across the beach. It was lovely, man. Absolutely brilliant fight. So, first stinger of the season. Not a massive one, as you know. I'm trying to catch that 50-pound one, but I'm off the mark, and it's one of my Tronics Pro species. And you never know. I've got a couple of hours here now, and hopefully I can get into another one for you here. But yeah, absolutely buzzing. What I'll do is now, I'll run you quickly through the rods I'm using, and then I'll take you through how I bait up for stingers. But if you look back at my previous video when I was fishing in Park Shore, I'll show you how I baited up. But I'll show you again. I don't know if it's going to come out because obviously it's in darkness and the tide is coming in, so I'll try my best. On high water we should be able to do a bit more baiting up than that. The tide is coming in pretty quick. It's a massive tide, it is, and that's why I thought, because the tide has gone out a long way. And it's been absolutely boiling today, so we would have warmed the mud up, and I would have thought then they would have come in over it. But it's really early for one. I can't believe it. It wasn't a very big one, it wasn't, and it was a little female as well, which is quite strange. And I'll talk you as well what I done when I first come down here when the tide was right out. I didn't fish. What I did was I just zigzagged up and down the beach to see if I could see any stinger imprints. And I did phone Steve and Riley and said I seen one small one. I said I don't know if it was that one, I don't know, but it was one small one on the mud. So absolutely made up now. But what I'll do is I'll run you through all the equipment I'm using, and then we'll go through baiting up, and then hopefully, I don't know if I will, I'll probably blank the rest of the night, but we'll give it a go. I hope it'll come out now. As you can see, I'll try and shine the head torch in here. My right will be your left. I've got the blackout as normal, and I've got the competition naga coupled up with the casting special 20-pound blaze, and on the other one then I've got a Daiwa Saltis lever drag. It's been mugged by Chris Macy, and that's got 20-pound blaze. Both got 80 pounds then on tapered shock leader, and they're out, I would say one's out about 60 yards and one's out about 80 yards, but I did wade up to my knees to cast, and the tide, as you can see, is absolutely motoring in. Let me change the angle. But yeah, I'm made up, man. I can't believe it. Honestly, can't believe it. I'm shocked really. I just thought I'd come down for a wing and a prem and just see if I could get one, and I got one first cast. One of my subscribers always asks me as well, how have I got the Tronics Pro rod stand set up? When I'm fishing on a beach like this, when I'm going walking backwards, my box and that are miles behind me. So what I've done is I got the tray here, and then I got the basket thing in the front, and then all my rigs and everything's in there. My bait and my rag is in here, and then my phone. And that's how I have it set up. I don't have everything else. Obviously I do have the extra bar, but that's what I find better for myself set up. I don't have everything on it, which you don't have to have anything. But that's how I have it set up. Oh, absolutely made up now. The tide's coming in now, so what I'll do is I'm going to move back. I've probably got about 50 metres, so I'm at the back of the beach, and then we can go through a bit of baiting up and everything then, which will be more settled, because at the moment I'm just chasing the tide back. But yeah, first cast Stingray. Oh, I just spoke to you now about the rods and that I was using, and see if hopefully now you can see the left hand rod. There's a bite in there again, but it looks more bassy, to tell you the truth. Because that's the issue you do get when you're fishing here for obviously the stingrays and that, is school bass. As you see when I fish Park Shore, there's absolutely loads of them there. But I was bouncing well. It's not a stingray or a hound or anything, because obviously that would have just ripped off. But I wanted to bring you back. That's the second cast now. And hopefully it could be a busy night, because I did panic. I thought, oh no, it's going to be a right short video. I fluked the stinger the first cast, and I thought it would be like a 5-minute video, because I didn't even film the stinger, which I'm a bit gutted about. Oh, typical. I went and got the camera. The tide's coming right rolling in. I went to get the camera, and it stopped biting. Typical, absolutely typical. See if we can turn it back. Yeah. Oh, it's the same, man. No, my luck now. I'll turn the camera off and it'll start biting again. Oh, that's a good little bite. It look like a bass, though. A nice bass wouldn't be too bad either, let me tell you. So I'll show you. I was just baiting that one up now, just baiting the rig up. I'll show you after. And he was going well. Because the issue what you get here is you normally get loads of little school ones, and they just, like you've seen in Park Shore, they just normally foul hook themselves when they're ripping at the worm. And that's why you get a little bit of a bigger bite. But that's strange. The right rod was what I had that stingray on, and the right rod I got a bite on again. So I don't know if I found a little patch where the fish are feeding. The left one has been quite quiet. And good thing is the crabs are not too bad either. I'm having a good soak. But after I landed that sting, and I put fresh bait on the other one. When I wound it in, it was all on there. Right, what I'll do is I'll leave that for a minute and I'll get back to you if it does increase, because the water is coming up to my feet here and I don't want to lose the tripod. Yeah, it looks like there's a fish on there. Now that's been, I moved the rods back, and as I was moving back it was something, so we'll give it a try. But I totally forgot I'm with the microphones on. Lucky I got the microphone, which is built into the mod. I've been speaking, but I didn't even have a clue. In a world of my own, I'm so excited. So we'll give it something a try now, but I think it might be just a bass on it. We'll have a look. I've walked back quite a bit as well. So it might take a while to wind in. Good thing is about this, you know, I can just overhead thump it, and the tide's coming in so quick. I can walk back with it. The only thing you get is, if you've got a good fish on, you have to wade out and get it, because there are clumps of weed. In the water. They're not too bad, you normally pull through them. If you have a ray or a hound, they can be a nuisance for it, especially the ray, because they crash into it. If there's anything on here that's small, I would have thought it's a school bass, but I might come off, I'm not sure. There's definitely something on here though. Yep, it's off. Ah. Nope. Nothing. Must have been a small school's bass. Will I get that? Bait it back up now. Will I go and bait it up ready? You get one clipped on and we get it back out there now. Right, what I'll try and do is show you how, I don't know if it comes out. If it doesn't, I'll try it again after. How I bait up my ragworm. Like I spoke about in my one I done park show, I don't go massive on my bait, so what I'll try and do is I'll show you. So I put one single worm on. Yeah, I guess about 4 years ago, we used to put millions on, we did, but then I've cut it down. And then I get my baiting needle and I push it through that single worm. Like so. So it's like that. Hopefully it comes out. And then I grab my other worms and I just head hook them. There's 3 of them. Like so. So then you have them all hanging down like that, so they're all wriggling. Catch your hand then, catch them and roll them over on themselves. If it doesn't come out very well and you want to have a look at it, just go back to my video when I'm down in Park Show. I'll put the link below so you can just click on it. And I do that in daylight there. I do like using bait elastic for it, because it makes more of a sausage and does not fly off in the cast. Like I spoke about, you know, years ago, I used to have about 20 ragworm on there, but then I've refined it down over the years. Just whip it up then into like a little sausage. I also done a big blog for Tronics. If you go up on the Tronics website, there's a blog on there and it shows you what areas I look for to target them, and how I target them and how to look after the fish. Obviously, as you know, they got a stinger, which is a bit cheeky, and it tells you how to look after them. So as you can see, and I'll shine my head torch in it, it's like a perfect sausage, and then hooks at the bottom, and then it's lovely presenting, is oozing out bait. I try not to do it, because this one's been going out now within about 4 or 5 minutes. That one's been out a while. Try not to have loads of them baited up like that, because you lose a lot of scent. So, you know, 5 minutes before you're going to cast out, get it up, baited up. Then I just put my circle into the top. And as you can see, if I shine a torch, and that's perfectly presented little sausage. And I find that works better for me than having massive baits, and it casts a lot better, streamlined. And I've always done well on there. Right, that's baiting up now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that one have 5 minutes more soak. This one's just gone back out, and then I'll alternate them, and I'll always have a rod in the water then, and hopefully we can get into a fish view. I just quickly got the camera. I was just on the phone to the wife, and now on my line just stopped back and gone slack. Look. Yeah, I was just on the phone to the wife, saying I won't be long. And I looked up, oh, my line just went slack. I've been quite busy, to tell you the truth. I've lost a few school bass, but I think, like I said, they're just small shoal ones, and they're not hooking up. I hope I can get it in quick, because the tide is ripping in. My floodlights will be underwater. I'm hoping it's just not school bass broke the lead out. They can be a right nuisance, they can. If you're only fishing in shallow water, they love that in these conditions, you know, in between the kelp and the weed and stuff. It's ideal for school bass. Trying to watch the floodlights. Floodlights are going to be hot there now. I lost it again, you know. Must be just small school bass. Nightmare. But I'm going to move. Oh Jesus! I'm going to move everything back because, as you can see, the water's right up close for you. But yeah, nightmare. Must be just school bass broke the lead out. Fighting over the bait. But I'm going to get that one out. I'm going to move everything back before you're underwater and I'll get back to you. I hope I can light it up to show it. Look at the left hand rod. That's the issue I'm having now. School bass. It just annihilated me. I hope it comes out. I'm trying to light it up. I don't know if it's coming out. See if it'll come out now. I'm trying to. There it is, yeah. Must be loads of them out there, the rod's just bouncing. The right one is not sitting too bad actually, it's the left one seems to be picking up the school bass. See it again, look. It's just ripping my bait apart. An issue is, I think they are really small, but there's a lot of them. Well, I'll keep going, and hopefully we can get another stinger now. Yeah, I've got a bite again, it's on that left one again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get it in. I think it's another school bass, and what I'm going to do is, they seem to be in the bay there. So as you can see, my right hand rod, maybe your left is going straight down there, but I'm going to try and fire this one when I wind it in over there. Because the school bass seems to be there, and the right rod seems to be having a much better soak. But there is a little trough in the middle there, which I was hoping the stingers would have gone into. But the school bass definitely is sitting in there. I'll give it a try now. This has been bouncing quite happily. But the issue is with the school bass, yeah, there's a lot of them. I don't think it's just one bass biting it, I think there's a lot of them biting it. It's a very jagged bite. I'm going to move this one over now to the right and see if I can get away from him. I'm probably on because I'm pulling through all that seaweed and whatever it is on the bottom. I think it's pulling them off. Like I tried to show you, this left hand rod has just been bouncing, and as soon as it goes out there on it, I'm going to put it over to the left a bit, over to the right a bit, sorry, to see if I can get away from them. At least the crabs are not too bad anyway. Like an hour now, ooh, lights underwater there. An hour now before I water, and they should slacken off a bit. That's the chance I was hoping to get one. Yeah, as we thought about. As you can see him in the kelp there. Yeah, look, that's the issue I'm having at the moment. School bass, they're on it quite quickly. So like I said, it's only happening on the left rod. So I'm going to move that over to the right to see if I can get away from him, these, because they are a bit of a nuisance sitting in that bowl. So I'll get him slipped back now, and hopefully in the last hour now we can get another stingray for you. So I've dropped back up the beach a bit now, and I've got a little bit of time to talk to you. The tide's not coming in so quick. Right, stingray, I'll give you a bit of a lowdown on it. Like I spoke about, I've done a lovely vlog for electronics, and I've done a video on Park Shore. Stingray is probably one of my favourite rays to fish for, and I've been fishing them now for quite some years. And I said, you know, when I first started, I had massive baits and that, and I got asked the question, I'll call it out, what's the area you look for? So obviously, normally May, they come down to the Sussex coast, Aldwick and that, and you get the big females and that in. And then normally find, and then move around the south coast. And they normally go, you know, you get the odd one on the Solent, and then you come down to Warrash, you get them on there, and then they normally find their way up into the mainstream between Isle of Wight and in the Solent. I know a lot of people, you know, like look for the marks, and like YouTubers like myself, they look at those and then go and fish them. But I always try and find marks, like this one I'm on now. I found this one quite a while ago. So what I do is, low water, I come down to a venue which I look on Google Earth, which has got potential. So I come down on low water, same as I do with Steve Perry now when he finds his marks, and we find them together. So the areas you want to be looking for, you want to be looking for a beach, which I like personally, that's got a muddy, shingly bottom, and it's exposed for quite a way out. So what happens is then, when you have a nice sunny spell for 3 or 4 days, it warms the mud up, and the stingers love that, they do, because what they do is then they come in quite shallow as well. They can come into, you know, I've had them 30 or 40 yards out on a shallow venue, and then it gets warmed up throughout the day, and then I like to come, you know, probably dusk is a good time for them. So as the water's coming up the beach, it's going back over that warm mud, and the stingers come in, and they'll sit in it then to warm up, and obviously look for the ragworm and that. You can get areas from Leap-Pen all the way down to Hurst. There's various beaches which look like that, and it's just go out and have a recce, you know, find out if you can get on the beach for the start, because a lot of the areas down there you can't fish on because the landowners own them, and it's quite an expensive area, so you can't fish on a lot of the areas here. But just come down, you know. The weed can be a pain when they're in, with the stingers. Sometimes, you know they're there. Like last year I knew they were there, but it was unfishable. You know, you bring in 12 foot of weed in every cast, which just makes it unfishable. But that's what I look for when I come down looking for areas. A nice muddy, sandy kind of bottom, which is exposed for a long period of time in the sun, and it sort of get warmed up, and that's when you normally pick the stingers up. I got about 40 minutes before I water, and I like this kind of period when it just slackens off, and hopefully they can come in and feed a bit. I'm quite surprised they haven't picked the hound up, but the bass are being a bit of a nightmare at the moment, I gotta say it. The school bass are. So what I did was, like I said, the right hand rod now I passed it a little bit further over. Because it was a little bowl which I seen it on low water, and I was targeting in there, see if the stinger would sit in there, but it was just getting hounded with the bass. So I just moved them all the way over to the right a bit, and hopefully that'll give me a longer soak. The only good thing is there's no crab, which is pretty good, because sometimes you come, and I fished marks before, and you're just constantly whipping up bait every 5 minutes, completely stripped all the bait, elastic, everything's gone. But I'm having a bit of a longer soak. So I hope that helps, the information I give you when looking for stinger marks in the areas you want to look for them. And hopefully then you can come out and enjoy one of probably the best fighting rays. You know, they're quite acrobatic, they jump out the water, and obviously you can have them to 50-60 pounds, you know, even bigger. I think there's bigger ones. In the future I think they'll be 100 pounders caught, you know, but fantastic sport fish to catch. But I'm going to get back to it now, and hopefully I can get another one for you. Well, I got to say it wouldn't have been the same. I didn't even have a bite at anything, and that's how sharp it is. Look how small that dogfish is. It wouldn't be the same fish in the Solent without the dogfish, but that is absolutely tiny. No bite or anything. I just winded in for the bait change. The most tiniest dogfish, and I'm only fishing in about 12 foot of water. I didn't expect one of those. I've never caught one of those here before. But yeah, that's absolutely tiny. Look at him. Proper hungry little man as well. So I'll get him back now. I'm going to give it another half hour, say. I'm running out the beach, to tell you the truth, because the tide is that big. I'll give it another half hour. But the good thing is, the bass have gone. But obviously I just had that dogfish, but the bass seem to have gone. So they're giving me a little bit of a longer soak. So if I got enough beach left, I'll fish a little bit longer. But if I haven't, I'm gonna have to get myself out here. But yeah, I should have about half hour, and then I'm gonna probably run out the beach, and then I'm gonna have to go. But hopefully we can get a smooth down. Smooth down would be nice now, or another stinger. But I'm just made up at the moment. I'm still buzzing about that first one. But I'll keep going now. Hopefully I don't get another dogfish, but the Solent wouldn't be the same without the dogfish. I thought I had a bite then. But yeah, I'll just keep going, get this one baited up now. I've probably got about 5 meters of beach left, and then I'll be climbing up the side of a big banking. So I don't want to be doing that in the condition I'm in. So I'll see. I'll play it by ear now and see what happens, but I'll keep going anyway. Oh well, my last casts are out now, and I've generally run out the beach, and I need to get myself out here. It's gone pretty quiet now. The crabs have moved in. My last 2 casts I brought back in completely stripped. Even the bait elastic are gone. So I think that's my calling sign to get out there. Plus I've got about 3 meters of beach left. So that's me done. But absolutely made up. If I do have anything on my last cast, as normal, I will bring you back. But I think that's me. I'm just gutted. For some reason I just didn't set the camera up with that Stingray, my first Stingray of the season. But you see me releasing it, and you've seen it on the beach. I just gutted I didn't put the camera on. I wasn't thinking, you know, I just wanted to get my cast out into the water. And yeah, it's just one of those things. But obviously I'll be back out again, and I'll try and do it in daylight so I can take you through then baiting up, and hopefully we can get a stinger on camera in daylight. That'd be great, that would. That'd be absolutely great. But I'm going to slowly start packing this stuff away, which is behind you. I'll leave those to have a soak when I'm doing it. And if like I said, if I do have anything, I'll come back to you. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. And if I don't see you on the beach, I'll see you on the channel, everyone. Enjoy your fishing. Well, I just wound my last cast in, no bite or anything, and I'm just packing away. Typical strap conger to finish off with. Ah, that's mad, isn't it? Like I'm fishing only in 12 foot of water. I didn't expect that. I didn't even give a bite or anything. But he's taking that right down. So I'll sort him out now and get him on his merry way. But yeah, that's me done. That is definitely the time to go. But I've already done the extra over there. But yeah, not much more I can say about that, is it? Last cast, strap conger.